Hello and Happy New Year on the 7th of January. I'm Alex from Crilex Trading, and as you probably know, we started an FTMO challenge on the 28th of December last year. This video will cover 7 days worth of trades review, backtesting considerations, and the new and hopefully last strategy that we will be using for this account. We have a lot to cover, so let's hop on the laptop. Okay, so first let's take a look at the account metrics. As you can see, this is the graph. This looks like a graph of a trader that's really trying out things, trying out new strategies. We started, as you probably know, with the gold strategy, but this is a point that I want to touch on later on this video, but I'll just leave a spoiler here. There was an issue with the spreads and with the slippages because the stop losses were too small. Then we added a standard $1 stop loss to any position, but then we found out that the take profit, the 3-to-1 target, was too high. And now we switched to a different Forex strategy, still a 5-minute one. I'll tell you in a few moments about it after we finish reviewing the FTMO graph and metrics page. So back on the subject, so this was the period where we used the gold with the half ATR stop loss. Then this I think is the time where we use the gold with the $1 stop loss, and this is the Forex strategy, the 5-minute Forex strategy that I'm about to tell you in a few moments. As you can see, we kind of hit a rough patch here, but I like this grow, and no regrets during this downfall here, because all the trades were executed on point. We checked out every single item on the list to enter those trades. Nothing much really to see here. So far the account is break even. The win rate isn't really that much of a factor because we basically tried out 3 different strategies on a single account, so win rate will be off for sure. We still stick to 0.5%, roughly 0.5% added plus minus spreads and slippages. And I'm not going to review all these trades because it will take me a very long time to review them. But just the main thing to take from here is that we are not trading the gold strategy anymore. I'm not saying that the gold strategy that is on the channel is bad, it works just fine, but you have to find the broker with a small spread on gold. The broker that FTMO offers has a really high spread on gold. It's actually, I think, a constant 20 points, which at a stop loss of let's say less than 200 points really packs a punch. So we decided to leave that strategy for now and to focus on the Forex one because as you probably know, the majors have really low spreads. Okay, now let's cover the strategy that I was talking about earlier, the Forex 5-minute strategy. Stick around. Okay, regarding the strategy, nothing really much to say here because it's a strategy that we found on another YouTube channel. It's basically a trend following 5-minute Forex trading strategy that is based on an anchor chart, and it's mostly based on pullbacks on these 3 EMAs. I'm not going to go into further detail on this strategy because as I said, it's not ours, so I'm just going to show you this. Just search simple and profitable Forex scalping strategy. It's a nice video. The guy goes into huge detail and it's 15.5 minutes long. So just go there if you want to see the strategy, and then come back here because we actually backtested this strategy on 4 major pairs on the whole month of September. So we backtested Euro Japanese yen, we also did US dollar Japanese yen, we did US dollar Canadian dollar, and finally we did GBP USD. So it's 4 majors on the whole month of September with a sample size that exceeds, or actually is close to, 200 trades. And I think that will be useful for you in making your decision if you want to use this strategy or not. So please go and check the strategy out because it's really great, and then come back to this moment in this video because now we will be covering the backtest results of this strategy. Before you go, we have some open trades at the moment. So we have this US dollar Canadian dollar trade open, and I think EJ got triggered as well. Yeah, EJ got triggered as well. and the 𝐻 is close to getting triggered. So keep these trades in mind as well, check the guy's strategy, and come back for the backtesting. Okay, so for those of you who stuck by up to this point, I have a special treat for you. What is the best thing that someone can show you after more than 5 minutes of constantly talking about trading? You guessed it, an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so these are the backtesting results of the whole month of September. We divided them by days, calendaristic days. And as I said previously, we traded EJ, UJ, US dollar, Canadian dollar, and GBP USD. As you can see, we have a total sample size of 199 trades, so basically 200 trades, considerable sample size regarding this strategy. And I'll point some things, and I'll also point some tweaks that you can do by using the strategy. First of all, what we played around with is splitting the initial. As you probably know, in the strategy, the guy uses closes half a position after the 1-to-1 has been hit, and then lets the other half to run up to 2-to-1. We decided to switch to test it with 0.5 and 0.25 on the second part, 0.4, 0.35 on the second part, and so on. And we found out that it really doesn't matter. It doesn't pack such a huge punch. Let's just compare these two. So by risking 0.5 on the first position that you will be closing at 1-to-1, and by risking 0.25 on the second one, you will actually have a gain on account on the whole month of September of 31%, which is good. And if we balance things out and just take it half, you will have a gain on account of 32.05, but this is really sensible depending on how much outright wins you have and how many actual break-even trades you have, the ones that go up to 1-to-1 and then come back to break-even. We decided to use the 0.5 and 0.5, so we will just split it down the middle. We will risk 0.5% on the first trade and 0.5% on the second one. So if it goes to 1-to-1, we will gain 0.5%. And if it goes to 2-to-1, we will gain an additional 1%, evening us to 1.5% per trade by risking one trade. The thing is, it's quite volatile if you use all 4 pairs, because as you can see, there are days where we have 14 trades. Oh, this is the 16 trades on the 23rd of September. And we didn't really pay close attention to the max consecutive losses because we split the backtesting. I did some pairs, Cris did some pairs. But having 7 losses in a day by risking 1% is it's taking its toll on your account, and mostly on your mental factor, because having 7 losses in a day isn't good, and you may feel that the strategy is bad and shift to another one. But as a global result, taking all these pairs into consideration, I will point them out again. So it's Euro, Japanese yen, US dollar, Japanese yen, US dollar, Canadian dollar, and the GBP USD. We would have gotten a gain on account of 42.5%, which is actually great, with a win rate of close to 60%. You can see the win rate right here, provided we took all the trades starting from 8 a.m. local time and up to 11 p.m. night time each day of the week. This is actually GMT +3 right now here in Romania. So this is the time frame that we are trading, and we did some quite realistic backtesting. The gain on account, the 42%, doesn't take into account the spreads and the slippages, which, as I said in the previous minutes, on the gold strategy, just use it. It's good. It's a good strategy. It has good gain on account. But keep in mind that on small stop losses on gold, the slippages and the spreads can really hurt your overall win rate. Now, if you guys have any questions regarding this backtesting, or if you have any suggestions to improve this strategy, this is the one that we will be using. Let me just 1 second so that I can show you the trades that we actually have in yeah, 1 second. Okay, so these are the trades that we are actually in. So this buy got triggered at EJ, at US dollar, Canadian dollar, we locked in half, so it's a 2-to-1 trade now. We locked in half of it here, and now the stop loss is at break even, and we are targeting 2-to-1. And I think that UJ will be triggered as well. Actually, it's still lingering around here, but we will leave this pending here. So now back to the Excel. If you guys have any suggestions, any improvements, any comments, just feel free, voice your opinion, because our purpose here is to create a community, and we are still at the beginning. As you can see, we are trying out different strategies. The FTMO account was up close to 5%. Now it's back to break even again. It was break even a week ago. So still learning, guys, still making baby steps, but taking baby steps, sorry. But yeah, if you guys have anything to add, I won't be rambling anymore. This video is a long one, but I think it provided some value, especially in the last part, where you can see that we actually took 200 trades during daytime, actually, so the night trades were completely disregarded. So we have a valid and I don't know how to say, accountable sample for this strategy, actually to support this strategy. Again, the gain on account would have been 42.5%. Deduct from this slippages and spreads, and the overall win rate is close to 60%. If you still haven't seen the strategy yet, I will leave a link in the video description. So until next time, guys, happy trading. Have a perfect 2022. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel, and see you in our next videos. Bye bye.